The man just grabbed a spider web, but it shocked Miss Tang's face and heart on the spot. Because the man caught a human spider, one of the 10 poisonous things in the Central Plains. Although the human spider's combat power is this, it has a strange ability. That is, it can absorb the man's oxygen and become the most beautiful woman in the world in the man's mind. But today, there was an accident. Just 3 minutes ago, the human spider absorbed my oxygen and was about to transform. My heart was full of anticipation. The one who wanted to transform must be my wife. However, it was a shameless black-faced man. This makes me dumbfounded. What the hell is this? Why is it a little different from what I imagined? At this moment, the spider has become a black chocolate man. The old man next to me said that this is the second time he has seen a spider. It happened once when it was not transformed into a human form. The captain behind shouted anxiously, "What the hell is going on? Why is it not Miss Hui's appearance?" I finally understand one thing. It seems that the reason why the spider can maintain the appearance of Nangong Shui is because most villagers recognize Nangong Shui as the first beauty. But as the first beauty in the Central Plains, I am the accomplice of poison Tang Huan. After I gave the spider oxygen, I didn't look like Miss Huan. This is enough to make me a traitor of the Tang family. I can't accept this blow. I can't get out of here quickly. I can't let the people of this big company have a problem with me. I have to think of a way. No matter how much I like poison, I can't surpass Miss Huan. So that the spider has shown its original appearance. There must be other reasons. At this time, the wife is taking care of Miss Nangong En in the Sihai garden. Not long after, my figure quickly pushed away the door and walked in. My wife is a little surprised. What happened to make you run so quickly? However, I came directly to my wife's body. I asked my wife if I could hug her. At that moment, my wife was shocked by my words. At that moment, her face turned red. "What are you talking about? Why is it so sudden?" I asked my wife not to misunderstand me. I didn't mean that. No. Even if you misunderstood, it doesn't seem to be a bad thing. Anyway, just let me hug you. However, what my wife said next made me a little confused. She said I must have known these things. Then my wife covered her face with her hands. Her heart beat fast and said, "I didn't mean to hide it from you before. In fact, I have always known the name of this spider. It's just that I didn't feel like saying it at the time." My wife said loudly, "That spider is actually a human-faced spider among the 10 poisons." After listening to her words, I remembered that we had an agreement before. As long as I caught one of the 10 poisons, she would marry me. At the same time, there was no sound in the room. It's scary and quiet. I didn't expect that the spider was actually a human-faced spider among the 10 poisons. It was so surprising to me. After telling the truth, my wife started to wriggle again. I also understood my wife. It turns out that she has been hesitating because she knew the identity of the human-faced spider. No wonder she didn't say it at first. Soon my wife slowly approached me. She is also a man of his word. The agreement will naturally be fulfilled when it reaches her. In an instant, she hugged me. At this time, I could feel that my heart was beating very fast, at least 600 beats per second. But at this time, I suddenly looked ahead and fought a cold war. I didn't expect Miss Nangong En to wake up at this time. She saw everything just now. Now she is hesitating whether to avoid us and give us a place to stay. The cold sweat on my face flowed down. It's not the time for you to wake up. After 2.5 days, we were going to leave Nangong's house and go to Tangmen. This trip also came to an end here. Before I left, Nangong En and Nangong Shui were reluctant to say goodbye to me. But fortunately, after absorbing my Yankee, the spider became Miss Huan. I should no longer worry about others' eyes on me. I apologized to the spider who became my wife. "You bear with it. I'll let you out after I get to Tangmen." Captain Chubei walked over at this time and asked me how to arrange my next trip. Originally, I was going to go directly to the cave of the Western Wings after I got the ice jade. But now I'm still with the spider. So I'm hesitating whether to go back to the Tang family first. Because the journey is long, I don't know if Yao Hao can bear it. But the spider behind me heard my words and shook his head. It means it doesn't matter. I'm a little surprised. Don't you understand what I said? The spider nodded and said he could understand. The action made me cry. I didn't expect him to consider for me. I didn't expect him to be so kind.
So I let the captain go to the Western Wing cave first. I'll take the Western Wing and Yao Hao back to the Tang family when the time comes. After arranging the itinerary, I sat on the deck alone and watched the river. I didn't expect to come to Xianxia and make my life so fulfilling. And I also got one of the 10 poisonous things, the human-faced spider. At this time, I heard someone talking behind me. Have you heard the news? This time, the chief personally led the Blue Dragon team on the expedition. The guys who were caught when attacking the blood sex bases revealed other information about the bases. The more they talk, the more mysterious they are. There were almost no casualties in that battle. It's really amazing. I don't know what they did to make the blood sex guys come back. Then I heard a familiar name. I only saw them say, I heard someone made a paratrooper for the blood sect. Isn't that poison made by me? The two people on the board were very excited. I don't know who made such a great poison. If they know, they must go and worship it. But I heard that in order to protect the people of the Martial League, they didn't reveal the identity of that person. But we must respect that great man. Their words moved me so much. This is a three-face in the past life. This is the highest honor of a short video writer. It's time for me to get drunk on the praise that make people happy. Unknowingly, we have arrived at Xianxia Mountain. We kept going deep. We saw the waterfall that fell from the sky again, and the cave in the west is behind this waterfall. We looked at the waterfall from a distance. If you want to go there easily, it's a little unrealistic. So I started to say my King Gong is not skilled enough. I can't get through it all. So I asked my wife to bring both of them out. No master sent me there this time. However, my wife and the captain were a little worried. They didn't know if I wouldn't go. Suddenly, someone shouted, "Mr. Xiaolong, look over there." I turned my head and looked. I found that Yao Hao had climbed up the rock for some time. But at this time, he spat out a spider web. Then his whole body flew up, then landed on the ground safely. It seems that the level of the waterfall is easy for him. When you saw him, I thought about flying. Is it because Yao Hao is a spider that he can fly? The so-called flying, few people know that a spider can fly even without wings. It can fly for dozens or even hundreds of miles. This phenomenon is called flying. If you suddenly feel a spider web in the air on the road, that's the trace of flying. And that spider web is one of the spider's masterpiece. This made my heart full of excitement. It's one of the 10 poisonous things, the human-faced spider. In this way, I can also enter the cave. Then I sat on the legs of Yao Hao and flew into the cave. I only saw Yao Hao holding my hands tightly. Then 10 legs climbed along the wall. Soon I came to the entrance of the cave. Soon I was hugged by Yao Hao to the entrance of the cave. This made me overjoyed. So I turned around and hugged Yao Hao. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. However, the wife next to me was jealous. Isn't your hug just now a little bad? After all, I look like a leopard. Then I asked all of them to wait here. I took Z with me. Then I went deeper. Soon I saw 2 Z playing at the entrance of the cave. I shouted at them, "Little guys, let me invite you back to Tangmen." When they saw me coming, 2 little guys rushed to me. I hugged them and smiled. After a while, you became more affectionate. But you look very healthy. I showed them the ice jade I brought back.
I asked them if they wanted to go with me. I will take good care of you. The 2 little guys chatted for a while, then they agreed. When they agreed, I started to give them names. The girl's name is Yu. The boy's name is Bing. You two are Bing and Yu. You can get along with each other. It can be said that you are a perfect match. After everything was done, I was going to take the 2 little guys to leave here. So after we returned to Tangmen, Bing and Yu became our family. They also joined Tangmen. It was already late at night. We finally arrived at the gate of the Tang family. When the 2 guards saw me coming, they were surprised. It seemed a little strange. They looked carefully behind me and found that there were 2 young ladies. They couldn't touch them, but looking closer, it seemed more strange. Behind one of the young ladies, there was a spider's body. They were almost shocked and ready to scream. I asked them to go in to inform the elders in the family. It is said that the proud son-in-law of the Tang family brought back the 10 poisons. They were even more surprised. How could this be possible? The 10 poisons of Juyuang was so easily brought back by the son-in-law? But they couldn't let their imagination run wild. They immediately launched a signal bullet. So within 2.5 minutes, the whole Tang family wanted to bring back the 10 poisons. In just 3 minutes, the family members of the Tang family and the elders of the Peng family all came back. The speed was so fast that people forgot about it. After they came here, they started to question, didn't you go to exchange for Western food? How did you get the human-faced spider back? What did you do? However, it made the father-in-law and the mother-in-law more surprised. They only saw that the human-faced spider looked exactly like their own daughter. If it wasn't for another daughter's body with a spider's leg, they couldn't even tell. I smiled. At that time, my smile had already reached the back of my ears. You have no idea. I happened to pick up this spider's web when I went to Nangongja. The Winyan family and the Old family laughed. They have been in the martial arts world for decades. They have never heard of such a harmful thing. How can it be said that they happened to pick up the 10 poisons? It is rumored that the fierce human-faced spider was captured so easily. But what I did before was also shocked by them many times. So this time, they accepted it easily. Only at this level can they deserve to be the son-in-law of the Tang family. My father-in-law and mother-in-law laughed. It seems that Sao Long is already the son-in-law of the Tang family, and the promise with Huan was also fulfilled. The next step is to prepare for the wedding. I was extremely surprised by this. I didn't expect that my father-in-law had already known the promise I made with my wife. My father-in-law asked me not to mind it. My wife told them, anyway, from now on, we are a family, and we will become a real family. Then my grandfather asked me to go to the riverside tomorrow to catch a big swan. It must be a big swan, because the big swan is used for the engagement ceremony, so I have to prepare it myself. After hearing my grandfather's words, I was shy. I didn't expect them to let us. At this time, my father-in-law stood up. You only need to hold the engagement ceremony. Even if you hate our daughter in the future, you can't get away with it. You can only be our Tang family, can't you? After saying this, a group of them began to laugh again. All people's emotions can't hide the joy on their faces. I also smiled slightly. I don't know how long I haven't experienced this feeling. So, all the people, I was born and raised, everyone, please listen to me. I took full responsibility for all the elders. Thank you all for treating me as a member of the Tang family. I will work hard in the future. Do everything well. At this time, everyone looked at me. Their faces were full of satisfaction. It is obvious that they are very satisfied. Even the wife behind was extremely excited. After so long, I finally got to this point. I smiled. Thank you all for your kindness. I will ask everyone to take care of me in the future. The next day, I settled down the spider. She likes a tree next to the old well very much. I decided to settle down here. As for the 2 little lizards, we decided not to put them in the point den, but to take them with us, because they're flexible like puppies. They stick to us all the time. After a few days, the relationship between us became deeper. The most important day is coming.
That is the engagement ceremony between me and my wife.